Hello, Bill McMaster here for Bill's Wargame World. Well, what are we working on? We are working on the Alamo in 54mm scale. We've done it in 1/72 and sold it and donated the money. We did it in 10mm and got the money and donated it. So now we're going to make a 54mm Alamo. First thing we're going to talk about, and for the next few weeks, are the figures. 54mm figures by BMC. Mostly, and some Marx. But I'm going to go over what we're doing with them, how we're going to paint tubs of Mexicans. Roughly 554mm Mexicans. And the Mexican army were mostly conscripts, but they did have nice uniforms, and they fought bravely at the Battle of the Alamo. They took a ton of fire from the Texians, along with all that artillery that was pouring shot down on them. All right, let's go take a look what we're doing. All right, I'm going to pause the camera. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. So, we are going to spray paint hundreds of Mexican 54mm figures, and pretty much going with a deep blue. I'm going with a gloss, and I know many of you probably cringing over gloss, but I'm going for the old toy soldier look, not more of the current wargaming flat look. So, what do I have here? I've taken duct tape, placed it on a thick piece of cardboard. It's actually a cereal carrying box. And our tub is full of all kinds of different shades of blue. Because I'm using BMC and Marx, they're all different shades of blue. And I'm going to be trimming them up, getting any old flash off of them. And then what I'm going to be doing is sticking them on there. And the reason is they don't fall off. The reason I'm doing that is I have to spray paint them all in one color. And when you hit figures at times or outside, either the wind or the spray paint can knock the figure over. So I want them to stay sturdy and in one place. All right. I'm going to have tray after tray of these. And it's going to take me, I have 3 buckets of these. Now, on Amazon, these are wooden tiles. And if you want some, just type in Amazon, into Amazon, the 4x4 wooden tile. They're very thick, perfect for a coaster if you owned a bar. And the reason I'm gonna use those as my bases. And I'm gonna go with 6 figures to a base. But I'm gonna have to make change at times. I'll use some casualty rings or a marker. But at times I want to have single figures. So I'm going to, for every 10 figures, I'm going to make a figure on a poker chip. Roughly. And that way I'll have single figures to make change. So when a base is down to 2 or 3, I'll replace it with some singles. But for the most part, the Mexican army will consist of almost 100 of these wooden tiles at 6 figures a piece, pushing 554mm Mexicans. Pretty incredible. Now for the painting, I am going to spray paint them the deep blue, and all I'm going to do is hit hands and faces with flesh, going to run a line across the muskets and the bayonet. Cartridge box black, belts black, and I'm not going to go crazy with the painting. And I'm not sending 500 Mexicans to Jim Shaw because these will not be used that often. So that's where we're at with that. Now, someone asked me to do a better description of the Alamo playset. So, just push things out of the way. This is out of production, but this is the BMC Alamo playset. Of course, everyone remembers the Sears playsets that were out. There's a lot of Alamo playsets with a tin. So, to give you an idea, there's a picture of everything you receive. And I covered this in a previous video, but doing it again. Now, Conti, which is, they made an incredible 54mm buildings and all. And the buildings are still available. They're very expensive, $60 to $100 per building. To do a 54mm Conti Alamo will cost probably close to $700 to $1,000. Derek and I and a few of the other chuckleheads of the Wargaming group, we're going to use some cardboard boxes, flocking, and styrofoam, and we'll use some Mod Podge paint to give us some texture and a Dremel tool. So I've already purchased 1-inch thick blue styrofoam, which is right there. So the blue styrofoam, I'm going to basically make the Alamo walls to make the, I guess it's almost a rectangle. It actually looks a little like an H. But I'll take my Dremel tool and I'll Dremel the styrofoam. Little Wars TV and several other wargaming channels have done several videos on styrofoam working, and I won't even go into that. So what I'm going to work on is cutting the flash off figures, getting them on my painting boards, and I have good weather for the next 5 days. So my goal is to have everything spray painted by Sunday. Well, I don't know if I'll make it, but we have Mother's Day coming. So I will mention to all the wargamers out there, don't forget it's Mother's Day, and I am going to get these figures ready to be spray painted. I hope you enjoyed this Alamo video. I do not anticipate the Alamo being done and ready for playtesting until the fall. I have a lot of other projects going on, but I wanted to get the Mexican Army built at least. That's about it. Thank you. Stay safe. Be kind. Be courteous. And don't forget it's Mother's Day.